Hello and welcome back to the series where we try to conquer Pendor in 250 days. Now, I'm here in a very specific location because, as you may or may not see by my direction here from my tracks, I have just been to Nautar. Yes. Can you guess what I did there? Yes. I went into the siege and I did a sally out. And I got 84 renown for it. Really, really crazy. I lost about 5 troops, which was somewhat acceptable. I think it's okay. I'm now starting to place Anson at the very bottom of the list as well, by the way, because I don't want him to run in randomly anymore and get killed. And what we're going to do is, I'm actually unsure. When is the weekly budget coming? I can't tell. Next payday is July 16th. Ah, that's in 2 days. Okay, fine. So, what we're going to do is we're going to be kind of loitering around here a little bit. And we're going to see if we can maybe fight some Deshar vassals in the meantime. And what we're going to do after that... Do I care about the money? I'm just trying to think about it right now. Do I care about 5,700? Not really, not that much. If I'm able to do... Okay, you know what? We're going to go for it. Okay, we're going to go for it. So basically what I'm talking about right now is basically becoming a vassal for the Empire, right? So, as you can see right here, my lord, I wish to become your sworn woman and fight for your honor. And there we go, you are known as a brave warrior and a fine leader of men, Iceni. I shall be pleased to accept your sword. I am ready. There we go. I pledge all of the wonderful, wonderful things, and we are now obviously at peace against the Ravenstern, which is actually pretty good, to be honest. And we are now going to make our way over to Nautar. So here's the big deal. If I can capture this, this is going to be my fief. This is where I'm going to start, okay? This is where I'm going to start. So this guy, Mr. Beyonce, has decided to, found a chapter house of the Order of the Emerald Stag. Okay, very nice to know. But yes, this is going to be our main base if I am able to take it in the first place. It very much depends on if I'm able to take it, obviously, because we don't know. We don't know whether that's going to be the case. I need to choose a banner now, and I need to choose a banner that is actually going to be something that a Frost Maiden might actually pick. So I'm thinking something like this, something with an icy blue sort of thing. That's an ant. I'm not sure why we would choose an ant there, but yeah, I'm looking for an icy blue. I can't really find an icy blue. I have some things that I guess this one. That one seems kind of nice. Alright, so, yeah. It's going to take 7 hours, as you can see. And now... Oh, they sallied out again! This is fantastic! Okay, this is absolutely perfect. Really, really wonderful, actually. Really, really wonderful. So, obviously, as you may expect, we don't have a huge amount of ammunition or anything like that, so it is going to be a little bit harsh to deal with, but it's okay, because my forces are going to be able to at least eliminate quite a few people in the initial attack here, and then we're going to tell them to charge in. Yes, we're going to tell them to charge in. And I will obviously try to not take any damage whatsoever. If I do take damage here, it is going to be a big problem. So I need to very much play like a bit of a coward, which I don't really want to do that, but it is kind of necessary if we want to do something in the follow-up attack. So I am just going to kind of be a bit opportunistic here, and we're going to try to maybe distract a couple of these guys. And yeah, these guys really don't know what they're dealing with right now. I am literally the best at dying, so they are obviously going to be very fearful of that. Because you can imagine going up to your worst enemy and being like, yes, I can die very well. what about you? And then they'll go, well, I mean, that's not really the point. You know, that's not really the point. I've been trying to kill you for many years, and I guess that's kind of insulting to begin with anyway. So yeah, there you go. That is it. That is it. There you go. 73 renown, 23 morale, and look at how many we killed. We killed 112 opponents, which I have to admit, I think is fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to abandon the siege once again. We're going to take a look at it. As you can see, there's only 340 troops remaining in here. Technically, I could go back in. Oh, I leveled up, by the way. Oh, okay. I apparently leveled up. Okay, so let's see. What are we going to do? Well, it's pretty clear. I'm going to be going for more intelligence. I want to try to get tactics to 9 as fast as possible, if I can do that. And otherwise, we are just going to be going for persuasion 9. How do I have persuasion? Oh, yeah, persuasion 9 is charisma. Yeah, it's a charisma thing right now. Because in native, persuasion is actually intelligence, which is really quite funny. But yeah, anyway. So we are going to besiege the town again. I'm not sure whether they're going to sally out again. I don't think they will. But it could be, okay? It could be. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for a little bit of time. Not a huge amount, but just a little bit of time. Because obviously we're a vassal right now. So time is now ticking, right? And obviously it's been ticking the entire series so far. But time is very much ticking now because we are not actually having any cash. The cash flow has now stopped, and the only thing that really will help us is our enterprises, and our enterprises are not very good. I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong, they're very efficient for what they do, but in comparison to the mercenary payment, they are very minuscule. So it is very, very difficult to, get something going there. I'm going to do a little bit of glancing damage. Unfortunately, these guys are super, super strong, as you can tell. Massive damage coming my way. I really do not want to die here, so I will just be very much at the back of the bus, as it were. Yes, I will stay at the back of the bus, and I will not be goaded. I will not be goaded. I won't be baited into going closer to the opponent at all, he says, as he walks closer to them. Yes. That's generally what I tend to do, isn't it? But it's okay, because our crossbowmen have shields, and that is obviously one of the main reasons why, again, Empire Armored Crossbowmen, absolutely fantastic. If you can literally get these guys and have them with shields and everything, they are so good. Even in melee combat, they are going to be able to at least handle enemy archers. You don't really have to worry about enemy infantry or anything like that, especially in this situation, because most of the enemy infantry have been eliminated by the initial volley of our bolts. And that's exactly what's happening here. We are not having too many issues. And we also have all of our companions absolutely going on a tear right now. As you can see, Kavera, Julia, Lethal Duran, all of them doing absolutely amazing damage. And indeed, there is another victory for us right there. And we eliminated another 110. And this is 47 round for us once again. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait here for some time. And we are going to abandon the siege. And we're going to start the siege again. And that's what we're going to do. So basically it's just a sort of like rinse and repeat strategy. And it's pretty much just doing this pretty much over and over. I don't really like doing it like this. But this is the most efficient way. And if I want to, succeed in, conquering the entirety of Pendor, I'm going to have to use some of these, shall we say, shadier strategies. Because, obviously, to be fair, I don't know whether it is or it could be considered a shady strategy, because I'm not actually retreating or anything like that. I'm just, well, I guess I am taking advantage of a very, very clear weakness of the Warband AI, where they are not really, they basically just attack us because we have a significant amount of archers. And if I had a more balanced army, for example, if I had more cavalry, if I had more infantry or whatever, then I would not be getting these sally outs. you see. So I am kind of strategizing and making it possible for this to even occur to begin with. So I suppose it is kind of smart to a degree, but yeah, you know, I mean, obviously if you want to play this straight up, I'd highly recommend not even doing that and just foregoing the time limit and just literally going and playing the game normally, because you can then do some really, really crazy cool stuff. Just bear in mind, though, that we have taken a significant amount more time to complete this siege, because I had to build the ladders multiple times, and it took me 7 hours every single time. I also had to rest for a little bit of time in between as well, and that actually has some big, you know, big differences. You know, that's a lot of time expense for. I'm not entirely sure whether it's actually even worth us doing it like that, because as you can see, we could just send our archers to go over here, and we're probably going to be fine. I mean, I don't know. For me personally, I feel like we may have been able to just do this normally just by moving our archers closer to the walls and just eliminating enemies from here. And that could have potentially been a good strategy too, and that was my actual main strategy that I had in mind this entire time. I wasn't actually going to utilize any kind of sally out strategy, but it did seem to be possible for us to do that, and it is a much better way of gaining renown. And renown is obviously one of those things that is extremely important for us on a pretty much grand scale, because if we have a lot of renown, we can field more troops, and then fielding more troops means I can level up more troops, and leveling up more troops means we are even stronger than our opponents. And we're going to be able to tackle more unique spawns. We're going to have a better battle advantage as well, because the more troops you have, the more battle advantage you have. And as a result, my tactics skill is going to be extremely well complemented with our army size. So we are basically in a great position. And you can see here we've already eliminated 39 enemies, and indeed we are going to be eliminating even more of them too. And basically this is going to be one of those cases where I'm probably just going to stand here. If you've seen my native conquering of Calradia, then you'll know that I basically just stood outside the walls in the sieges almost all the time, because there is no after death camera if you play without any mods. So I was just basically trying to prevent myself from having that happen. But technically what we could do is just charge. But I'm going to wait for a little bit first. Alright, so I'm actually at the top of a ladder right now. This is not a good idea, by the way. This is really not a good idea. If you're doing the same kind of challenge or whatever, then please just don't do this, okay? I'm only doing this because I thought to myself, I'm seeing a bunch of desert fighters and conscripts and various low-tier troops. And as you can tell, that was definitely the right decision in this situation. But just bear in mind that it could have gone really badly. I could have gotten headshot by a javelin or some crazy thing like that, and then I would be dead. And that would be extremely, extremely sad. Anyway, we're going to let this guy go once again. He's got a good personality, and I will be taking some loot, even though it's not really that useful. And, yeah, well, I think, considering... yes, considering I am actually going to be having a garrison in just a moment, I think it's probably a good idea for me to take all of these guys, which is actually quite funny. So here is the big moment. I have to request Naltar. So we are requesting it. Anson has leveled up. Fantastic. That's great. That is wonderful. That is exactly what we wanted. And now we are going to just sell everything that we can here. There we are. All right. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so yeah, we should probably just make sure that we have some additional food here. The main reason why I'm buying regular food, by the way, is because I don't really want to get a baggage train and waste my various loot, but I do have a huge amount of it, so maybe I do want to just get a baggage train and just have done with it. There's a drunken mercenary there. He's probably gonna... Yep, he's wanting to speak to me, but that's okay. I can probably just murder him very, very easily. As you can tell, he doesn't really do much because he's... he's just standing there and letting me do that. But he does give you now tar relation, as you can see, and also a bastard sword, which I think is pretty nice of him. Anyway, let's just see here. Any rumors? Nothing to write home about. We do have a ransom broker here as well, which we can indeed sell some prisoners. Oh, Melitene Free Brother. That would actually be very good. That would be very, very good. Okay, so what we're going to do is... Once again, just go into the tavern, get the baggage train, there we go, let's see, okay, where is the baggage train? There it is. I want to put it at the very bottom here, and what we're going to do is just level up these guys, and then we are probably going to just wait, and we're just going to see what happens. Yeah, it's going to take a while for him to level up again, I guess, but... I guess it's going to be fine. I guess it's going to be fine. I mean, he is pretty low level, and we've got a lot of really, really good troops, by the way. I feel pretty confident in what we're able to do here, but the problem is... oh, dear. Yeah, the problem is there's no one in the garrison. I have no one in the garrison here, so this is going to be quite troublesome. It's going to be very troublesome if I decide to leave the Empire, by the way. So it could very well be that we are going to have a situation where we are in a bad way. Yes, a very, very bad way indeed. So I'm hopeful that they actually do right by us and they just give us the fief. There we go, we got some Melitene guys, Melitene Free Brothers. We're going to actually just leave them with us for the moment. I'm just going to wait here for a little bit of time. Again, waiting, not very good for the challenge, but we kind of have to. Otherwise, I'm not really going to know what I need to do and where I need to go and what I need to target. You know what I mean? So we kind of have to wait. Well, in the meantime, I have been going into the tavern because obviously I want to try to get as many troops as possible. So I was hoping to maybe recruit a couple of mercenaries and things, you know, standard sort of stuff when you've just taken a fief. And basically, I saw a farmer and I was like, okay, yeah, let's do that. It's going to be an easy 12 renown for us or whatever it is. Usually it's going to be about that. And we otherwise... I'm going to get some nice experience for some people too, because Rogue Blackheart Knight, anyone that can get that kill is going to get a pretty decent amount. Let's try not to die here. That would be pretty awful. But this is actually one of the funny things about playing a character like what we've done right here, which is basically like a commander-based character, which is very low on combat skills. Playing low on combat skills means we don't have a huge amount of HP. And that means that I can regenerate that HP so much faster than normal. And there it is, 14 renown for us right there, pretty nice. And we are just going to be once again recruiting from here because we obviously want to try to increase the relation that we can as much as possible with the village. And we are basically just gonna yeah, I guess we're just gonna leave these guys here and we're gonna see. Oh, he did! Look at that! Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. This is amazing for us right now. This is absolutely amazing for us. Okay, we are going to accept the honor. And we are going... We're immediately... You know what I'm going to do. Oh, never mind. I don't need to do anything. This town has so many good improvements already. I'm actually really surprised. Send out prospectors? What does that mean? Find minerals and stone around the location? What? What is that? I've never seen that before. Is this my steward? Yeah, I'm the seneschal of this town. Oh, okay. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, yeah, I want to schedule a training session with you. Thank you very much. Let's go and send some people around there. It's going to take 18 hours to train this guy. I'm not sure whether it's worth me training him, to be honest, because 18 hours, quite a lot of time. I could have built, 2 sets of ladders and a half, by the time we train this guy. So I'm not sure if it's particularly worth it, but oh, maybe it is. Oh, whoa, there's a load of stuff. What is... They have added so much stuff? Did they have this before? Because I don't remember this at all. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Let's have a look. Okay, what do we have here? Increase prosperity by 5. It takes 10 days. Basically, we just need to choose something that is going to provide us with the greatest amount. Allows additional training of garrison troops and hiring noble recruits. Hiring noble recruits could be fantastic, but the question is if we actually even want to do that. Hospital could be fantastic. It doesn't really do much. Okay, I see. Okay, fine. I mean, it obviously does a lot. Don't get me wrong, it does a lot. But I was kind of hoping for increased, speed of recovery or something like that. I feel like that would be kind of cool. Okay, so well cleaners. Okay. Right. What is this? Increase base income by 50 and prosperity by 25. That will take 42 days. Bear in mind that we are going to still be playing by 42 days, but the thing is, in 42 days, I hope to have conquered at least a quarter of the map. But I highly doubt that's going to happen, right? I highly doubt that's going to happen. Okay, so we are probably going to do this, because I have no idea what it does. So I'm going to try it out, because I think that might be quite interesting, quite fun. Whatever. And yeah, okay, so let's just level these, level those. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are now going to go over to Torba. Yes, I know. We are basically just going to snipe every single one of their towns. Okay, that is going to be our main goal here. I have to be a little bit careful about the Dashar. I'm not sure why this guy... Why did he want to fight me right now? A bit of a strange individual, isn't he? Yes. Okay, so let's actually make everyone go here, and we are basically just going to... I think we're going to hold fire. Yeah, I don't really want to do that, but what we're going to do is we're just going to have the that strategy that I really like, where we basically just, stay on the low ground, and anyone that pops their head up gets shot immediately. That's basically what I'm going to try to do here. Let's try and spread our people out as well, and I think maybe we should just have them fire at will. There's only 73 people here, so we should be really, really, in a good position. Shouldn't have anything to worry about. Should I move them closer? Yes, we should move them closer. And how is the enemy doing? They're literally on the other side of this. I find that so funny when they just wait there. They're literally going to be doing nothing at all. So amusing. Okay. Well, I guess we'll see what happens here. I'm probably going to get shot by a thrown weapon and dying instantly. What do you bet? My bow skills are absolutely terrible, by the way, so I'm not going to hit anything. I got a headshot. Really? How? I have no idea. But yeah, I'm basically just trying to bait these guys right now. That's literally all I'm trying to do. And it does seem as though it is working. Oh, wow. I feel sorry for these cavalry that are going to be going over the hill here. Yep, there you go. He's dead. Oh, that's always so funny. I love it. That is always great. Oh, the amount of bolts that are coming streaming towards these opponents. I mean, I'm actually surprised that they're living more than 2 seconds, to be honest. But yeah, it is just hilarious to see that. Ah, love it. Okay, so all we need to do is go to Torba, do a relatively similar, good amount of damage to the garrison there, like we did in Naltar, and hopefully not get stopped by the Dashar, stronger vassals, because I mean, this guy obviously doesn't really have much to really, show us. He has pretty much nothing in his pants, which is okay. That's fine. That's all right. But there are going to be people that we will have to be a bit worried about. Because they're going to have many, many people in there. You know, it's going to be very, very tough. And you could say hard. Could say hard, but yeah. Anyway, there it is. 7 renown, basically pointless, you know. Renown, not really something I'm going for in this particular instance, you know, because we don't really want renown here. This is basically just to eliminate him for the moment. And there is the enemy leader. Yes, the enemy leader is right there. Okay, so the question is, yeah, we are probably going to want to attack him. Is he going to attack me? He is. Is he accompanied by anyone? No. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so we are basically just going to do 2 birds with 1 stone here, or 3 birds with 5 stones, or however many arrows it takes for me to kill someone, which is actually hilarious because it takes me an inordinate amount of time to kill anyone. Anyway, that's just, yeah, that's my own fault, because my power draw is literally 3, and I am using a bow that is not very good. You know, it's good for early game, you know, sure, but it is really not very good in general. Anyway, let's just make our way over here. I actually really like fighting in the desert, by the way, but fighting in the desert in this situation, not great. I would prefer a little bit more mountainous, but obviously this is, yeah, it doesn't really matter, to be fair. Doesn't really matter. We should be absolutely fine, or at least I think we should be fine. Now we just need to get our people over here. Everyone's holding fire right now so that they can just move as fast as possible to where they need to be. Gonna spread out our archers, and then we are going to be firing at will. Let us fire at will, friends. Let's do it. And I'm going to assume we are going to start getting kills almost instantaneously, which we are. And I'm going to have to be careful because these guys all have spears, but again, I am basically just a distraction. That is all I am doing. If I can get a couple of kills here and there, like for example, if I can slash at someone for 62 damage, then I will do that. But primarily, I'm just wanting to stay alive. That's all I want to do. I just want to stay alive because I want to get my people in hold position only. Obviously, we can order them after we're dead, but you know, it reverts it automatically to a default charge state, which I didn't really want to do. Oh wow, this guy has my number dialed in, doesn't he? Yeah, okay. Anyway, no, we should be fine here as long as I can just continue running, and there we have it. Okay, we've now passed him off to one of these guys, which is absolutely fine. Okay, no, we should be okay. I just need to make sure I don't get shot in the face. Okay, can we kill this guy? Nope. Never mind. He's just getting absolutely massacred by other people. Really? I'm surprised that that actually went through. Okay, because I was actually swinging at that guy way beforehand, and I did 0 damage to him. Did you notice that? I did 0 damage to him, which is really very bad. And then, because of that glancing blow, he was able to swing through and do damage. And that killed me. But that's okay, because we are absolutely slaughtering the opponent right now. We are having no issues whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine. Alright, so there he is. That is indeed the victory for us right there. And as you can see, this guy, we're going to let him go. We're probably, all intents and purposes, I think we're actually going to let this guy go too. I know that seems kind of a bit weird, but I am going to do that for a very specific reason. The reason why I'm doing that is to make it so that when and if we do not get what we need, as in if we don't get Torba awarded to us or anything like that, it is going to be extremely important for the Empire to be a little bit busy. You know, to be a little bit busy, as in they are going to be attacked and going to be attacking the Deshar still. And we need the Liege and so on and so forth. We need all these guys to actually be active so that they can distract them a little bit, so that we can ourselves do some damage against the Empire too. And then we can, you know, basically that's how it's going to work, or at least that's the plan. At least I don't know whether it will be pulled off in any way, but that is my thinking on it right now. anyway, let's just see what we can get here. Nothing really good. It's still doing that thing. All right, so let's go over to Torba now. How am I doing, by the way? I did end up losing a couple of pretty good troops during that battle, by the way. We lost about 12 people, which is not exactly good. No, not exactly good. So I'm kind of a little bit in two minds about whether we can even take Torba at this point, but I think we'll be okay, right? I think we'll be okay. I mean, if they've got 600... Oh. Well, they don't have 600 or so, that's for sure. They have 710 plus a bunch of other people. So this is... Yeah. I'm not entirely sure if I can even do this. Okay, you know what? Let's see. Why am I getting notified about the prosperity of Saren? Why am I getting notified about that? That is not my village. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, well, whatever the case, we are probably just gonna go in here. If they decide to come out and attack me, that might be a bit of a problem. They are doing that. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, so actually, funnily enough, I think this might actually be better than them sallying out. Maybe. Yeah, there's many different cases for all kinds of different strategies here, but I think it should be okay. Maybe. All right, so the initial charge is so far going okay. All right, it's going okay. It's not super bad just yet, but I have a feeling I should probably get out of here at some point soon. And I'm thinking maybe after I get one more kill, maybe now. I don't know. Or we might stabilize it. Oh, we seem to be stabilizing. Oh yeah, no. It seems like we are stabilizing, yeah. This is what has been a bit of an observation for me over the past couple of battles where I've been outnumbered dramatically. I've noticed that we have a pretty likely chance of always having a really big influx of cavalry enemies coming at us. And we obviously can't kill them all, before they reach us. But then we start fighting back. And they eventually all end up dying. And this is exactly what has happened here. So I'm thinking maybe that's just how things are going to have to be, That's just how we have to do things. So the question is, do we want to stay in and potentially risk additional casualties? Because eventually my crossbowmen will run out of ammo, and then things are maybe going to be a bit uncomfortable. So the question is, do we want to do that? I don't know. Have they run out of ammo yet? Not yet. But they soon will be. Okay, there's another... yeah, I'm actually going to retreat now. There we go. Okay, perfect. So, as you can see, we ended up losing a couple of regular crossbowmen, which is actually fine. And we also lost one maiden adventurer, which is not so fine. But, getting those in the first place, getting all those maiden cavalry in one of those previous battles, that was basically just sheer luck anyway. It was pretty good. So, any of those that die, well, there's basically free units pretty much. But anyway, we killed 155. That's pretty good. And as you can see, we have 257 remaining. Bear in mind, if we eliminate these guys, that is a significant load off our minds when it comes to doing the siege itself. And Torba is extremely well defended. I'm actually really shocked, to be honest, by how many people they have in the garrison there. But I guess I shouldn't really be that shocked considering, but I am. So yeah. Anyway, let's just get our people over here. Gonna tell them to hold fire, of course. And here come the volleys. Oh yeah, oh I love it. I absolutely love seeing the volleys go off towards the opponent and then just a massive amount of text popping up on the screen saying that we've killed all of them, or at the very least, all of the first couple of troops that, you know, were at the front of the opponent's lines. It's so fun. Really, really is. Oh no, don't kill me. Ah, that's not so fun. Okay, now please. I am not dangerous in the least. Thank you. Okay, yes, I am fine now, apparently. Okay, well, that's pretty funny. That is hilarious. Okay, so we are going to be fine, I think. Yeah, now that we have sustained the first initial assault, most of the time, if we can do that, everything is going to be okay. Also, bear in mind, this is not actually that big a deal if we end up losing a huge amount of renown, because obviously the first initial battle that we had, that was going to give me like, what, 70 something renown, which is a very good reward. Don't get me wrong, that's really, really nice. However, for this one, we're going to be getting 30 something. So it's basically half of what we would have gotten before. And for me personally, I don't think that that actually matters that much. If we get into Torba, we're getting more than enough renown to sort of tide us over and to literally create even larger armies. And I think that that's something that we should just kind of, you know, keep in the forefront of our minds, make sure that we know exactly that's all good, you know, that's all good. Renown is very important, but we don't need to prioritize it over everything. And there it is. I managed to actually get 6 kills, hilariously enough. Yeah, I don't know why that always happens, but whenever I go off screen and I just play the game, I actually do get kills in comparison to me talking. I don't know, maybe my brain has just deteriorated over the last few years and I'm just like, oh no, I can't play and talk at the same time. Yeah, that sounds like... It sounds like what's happened. Anyway, yeah, we got 6 kills. Lethal Durant got 9. Pretty cool. Julia actually got a triple kill, pretty much. She got 4 kills total, but she did kill 3 enemies in quick succession, which I thought was really cool. Otherwise, there you go. We're just going to let this guy go once again. He's got a good personality, so might as well capitalize on that as much as possible. And I'm actually surprised no one wants to take this. No one wants to take this helmet. It's a good one. It's a good helmet, but for some reason they don't want to take it. Very surprising. All right, let's move on. Got a lot of prisoners right here. Well, not a lot, but a good amount. 5, you know. Gonna sell for about 1,000 maybe. And this is what is currently in the garrison here. Now, if you take a look at the prisoners as well, there's a significant amount of pretty good ones. They've got some Empire crossbowmen, they have some Veka V units, they even have some Radiant Cross Plague Wardens. So if we can succeed in taking Torba, we are going to be rewarded quite well for it. Now, the only problem is, are we going to be able to make it? Are we going to be able to do that? Well, I guess that's the question, isn't it? Anyway, what we're going to do now is level up Donovan. I have no idea what to spec him in, actually. He could potentially be a vassal at some point in the future. I highly doubt that we're going to make him into a vassal, but it is a possibility, I suppose, so might as well level him up in that. And otherwise, we're fine. Okay, yeah, that is all good. There we have it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.